Welcome back to the Isaac Abrams Show, everybody. I'm your host, Isaac Abrams. Today's very special guest returning to us for the second time, comedian, actor, writer, second-time philanthropist, and now door guy at the Comedy Store, ERIC ROCHA, everybody.
Yay! How are you guys? Good to see you again.
You can find Eric on Instagram at ERIC ROCHA Comedy.
That's me.
We talk about all kinds of stuff. We catch up, and it's funny the whole time. So, once again, I've learned many, many lessons from Eric, my comedy mentor.
Oh, man, I love that about you.
Yeah, I love learning.
And we figure out the size of Justin's,
Justin Foster has a huge telephone.
Huge phone.
Huge
Great
phone.
reception.
And he makes the biggest calls.
Verizon.
Yeah. We have pictures to prove it.
Big pictures.
Enjoy the episode, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. You ever done something for so long that like you start making easy mistakes?
Comedy? Let's open with a pussy joke first. That'll get him.
Wait, you don't get pussy jokes, or you don't get pussy?
Well, I'm not a big fan. For those of you constant watchers might know.
Yeah, well, I didn't know if you'd changed your mind in the last couple of years. Has that ever happened?
No, much to my mother's chagrin. No, it has not. She's still grandchildless. Happy Father's Day, Mother.
Happy Father's Day, Mom.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Single mom.
Yeah. I was trying to tell my mom yesterday all of the reasons why I don't want kids. And then she was like, I think thou dost protest too much. And I was like, what does Shakespeare have to do with this? She's like, who are you trying to convince, me or you?
What a great line, though. Yeah. That you can't really argue against a good, strong Shakespeare quote.
Yeah. So maybe I do protest. But I'm 44. It's too late.
I mean, no, not in Hollywood.
Yeah, there's probably a...
I mean, I think Peter O'Toole had kids, like, even when he was looking like Skeletor. It was terrible. Like, and Robert De Niro just had a kid.
With a 27-year-old. There's still time. Today's episode is brought to you by Coors Light.
I drink it now because that's what most bars serve.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like I drink. I don't know. I've lost the taste for Bud Light.
Yeah.
At a weird time, too. Like, you would think I would love it.
I wonder if there would be any kind of social media instance or, like, marketing snafu that would have changed your preferences about Bud Light. I can't think of a single thing.
I like the mountains, the blue.
Yeah. What's your jam right now? What are you listening to? What's your music? I said that really weird. Like, what type of music do your people listen to? What do you mean, you people?
Oh gosh, I'm a classic rock junkie. So I've been listening to It's a Long Way to the Top If You Want to Rock and Roll, AC/DC, and then just oddly enough the Rolling Stones, because I'm getting ready to go see them at the I think it's at the SoFi Stadium. So
yeah,
and then like Clapton, because I'm gonna see Clapton at the Hollywood Bowl. So I'm a classic rock junkie. So it's just been like,
you're gonna see Clapton,
yeah,
at the Bowl.
Yep,
Eric Clapton.
Eric Clapton.
Isn't he dead?
No,
he's not dead.
No,
it's a whole new day. I could have sworn he was dead. Oh, that's his kid. Not bad. Look out for windows, everybody.
Boy.
I didn't set that up. I promise. I could have sworn he was dead, though. Have you ever asked AI?
Oh, that's his kid. Oh, boy. This took an turn like... Right.
Have you ever asked AI to write new AC/DC?
Oh God, no! Because I know it would be AI would be like, give me something harder. Like,
yeah,
even they're as cheap and as easy, but I still like that song. Still just kind of gets me going. Like I don't know why it's the bagpipes and like it's just such a novelty song that it's just like I like their cheesy kind of ridiculous sentiment. Like Money Talks is still one of my favorite songs, just because it tells you all of the greed of money and whatnot, and then it's just like, but man, it's still pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. This will f you up, but you're going to really like it.
Man, this is good stuff. Yeah. Same thing like with the Rolling Stones. I was so upset when they stopped playing Brown Sugar live. And it was like this big political, thing where it's just like, it's about a slave owner having sex with his slaves.
Okay.
And it was just like, yeah, but man, it's a good tune. Like,
Right.
like, I don't. Yeah, should they be writing lyrics like? And even Keith Richards is like, hey, and you're like, okay, yeah, what?
Yeah, whatever he said.
Like, does he still want to play it though?
Yeah.
Like,
I wrote it once, I'll write it again. Yeah. Right after this blood transfusion.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know. So that's old school classic rock. But I'm trying to think of what Good Kid, Mad City. I've been listening to that album a lot, okay. And I don't know why. Like I like. I'm trying to expand my musical horizons. So those are my top jams right now.
Well, they say if you didn't hear it before you turned 38, you're not gonna get on board with it.
I'm 38 right now.
There you go.
Shit.
Shut the door.
I was gonna say
That's it.
It's a hard.
But to be 38 and still enjoying classic rock, that's rare. I mean, not a lot of people are doing that.
There you go. I mean, they're all dying.
It's true. It is true. And some of them aren't dying fast enough. I was never into the Rolling Stones. I can appreciate who they are for their legacy and how massive they are.
Yes.
But at a certain point, it's like our political system. Like after 65, 70, I don't know. You got to hang it up.
No, and you're not wrong in that, but they're a blues band too. Like if you listen to like old song like Derek Trucks is somebody that I really have been jamming out on. Old Warren Haynes, Allman Brothers, stuff like that. It's just like I do like that old bluesier type of stuff, and I don't know what it is, but it's just like it's good stuff. But I think like watching B.B. King or Buddy Guy, watching those old guys do it, they did sound better when they were older, just because it was like, oh shit, like just a little bit more rasp and like a little bit more grasp on life, where it's just like. I remember one night we got to see B.B. King at the Hollywood Bowl, and B.B. King brought on John Mayer, and then he brought on Derek Trucks, and it was so fucking good. And when he played The Thrill Is Gone, you heard all of these guitarists just really like letting them have it, and it was just like, this is so fucking cool. Where it was about the jam, and I like that. Like when you hear Sympathy for the Devil with the drums and you hear it live, it's still pretty fucking cool, where you're like, okay, yeah, like I like this. So I do like the significance of like an event happening, and I feel like those rock and roll used to be able to do that. Like even John Fogerty's Fortunate Son. Like I'll listen to that, and it's just, yes, it's cliche now, and it's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, oh, they should put that in a fucking movie. And it's just like, yeah, they have every single Vietnam
all the ones before you were born.
Anyways, that's what I'm jamming to, all the old shit.
I guess to the political shit that I said earlier, I guess it's a little different holding a guitar in front of 70,000 people and having the nuclear codes for America. So I don't really think that one out too well. And then I think you're right about the older a musician gets, the raspier they get, because it's like, we got to put our 10,000 hours in. They got to smoke 10,000 packs of cigarettes. So by the time they get to you can hear the phlegm. Like
I stopped listening to Bruce Springsteen just because I'm like, oh yeah, you have no grasp on the poor man as it used to be, or the middle class, because it's not the same anymore.
Yeah. You can't write blue collar songs and have a $60 million mansion.
You can't. Yeah. That's why I like the Rolling Stones in that you have a song like Miss You, where he's quite literally singing about, man, he misses this girl's pussy. I'm a gay man, and I'm like, I like that.
Makes you want to try it a little bit though, right?
Let's see how the other side lives.
Just one time. What if you listen to that song and you try pussy and you're like, oh,
Wow, could you imagine?
No way.
I would be so mad.
That you've been missing out on pussy.
I'd be
the
like,
whole time.
38 years down the drain.
All of them.
Could you imagine? Oh,
I mean,
no.
yeah.
Well, I don't have to tell you that, but
Yeah.
oh,
I mean, that's all I imagine all day.
now I'm afraid. Now I won't at all, because
Yeah.
what if I learn my life is wasted?
Well, when you know better, you do better. I don't know what that fuck that means.
Do we have that rainbow? The more you know.
This is actually an intervention. My pastor's
Did
gonna
my
be-
mother hire you?
Yeah, and I'm not cheap.
You should have gotten the money up front, though, because
Oh, I did.
we're both in for a surprise.
Oh, she didn't pay me in money.
Cut to the Forrest Gump.
Oh man, we talked a lot off camera about working at the store, and I think we're gonna keep that off camera because that was a nice organic conversation. I don't want to have to try and reproduce.
There we go. Yeah, I work at the store. There you go.
What's What's a habit that you developed during the pandemic that stuck with you?
Pushing buttons with my elbow.
Okay, that's fair.
I know that sounds really stupid, but like, if there's like a place that's heavily trafficked or something like that, I'll either open it with my elbow or I'll kick something open with my foot. Like, I'm much more conscious of like a lot of these people. Like, mind you, I'm eating there too, but I'm like, man, a lot of people at this Chipotle look fucking ready for death, so I'm just gonna use my elbow to open this door.
Yeah.
So that and honestly, like, I don't know about you, but ever since like the opening of doors and like the more thoroughly washing your hand, like, I think everybody washes their hands a little bit longer now, like more than they used to.
Not a full happy birthday.
Exactly.
But not a happy birthday.
Exactly. But yeah, it was more than just.
Yeah.
Now it's like, yeah, let's throw some soap on.
Let's use soap this
let's
time.
actually let's clean a little bit. It's been good though.
So the short answer is using soap. Yeah, I discovered Jesus Christ and
I
soap
was
during
gonna
the
say
pandemic.
it's soap.
No, the reason I use my elbow because everybody else uses their shoe. I think it's disrespectful to hit the crosswalk thing with your shoe. You're gonna pull a hammy.
Are you serious? People use their shoe.
Everybody at the beach always kicks the crosswalk button. So I've been using
What the fuck is the matter with these people?
Yeah, I don't want
That's
to touch
disgusting.
Yeah, everybody else is supposed to use their hand. You're gonna put your shoe on it. I don't know. They should have
Monsters.
self-wiping
Hey,
asshole
This
know
feels
where
like
I
an
get-
X-rated version of Shark Tank.
Right. Today, sharks. Boy, do I have a deal for you.
That guy has comedy of him sucking dick, and now he's talking about pussy, and for that reason, I'm out.
Oh, well, I was going to give him $100 million. So he doesn't have to do any of those things anymore. What is the best compliment you've ever gotten?
I don't have anyone like you. Keep coming back. And I won't say what comedy club it was. It was just like, oh, okay, yeah, absolutely. Where, you know what I mean? It was just like, at first I'm like, okay, is that a good thing or a terrible
Right.
thing? But, you know, it was just like, I like your perspective. Keep coming back. And it was like, okay, I'm feeling good about this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It's always great when you like want to be in somebody's world and they tell you like, I'm giving you permission to bother me. Like, hit me
Yes.
up. Don't stop hitting me up. Hit me up on Mondays.
And that's so fucking difficult. Like, because, like, we were talking about, like, we're friends with people, and some of these people are, you know, if you saw their contact list in their phones, you'd be like, holy fucking shit. But you forget, like, oh, I became friends with these people too. Like, I know how to make them laugh, and like, I'll do jokes specific. I'll text them or I'll do certain things, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, you're not bothering these people,
Right.
and you know, and in all honesty, like, no one really knows what you want until you voice that.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing I'm struggling with learning, is it's just like, okay, like, yeah, I'd really like to do this. And the thing of it is you can hang out there all the time, but until you really say, you know what I'd really like, man, is if I can do this. Mm-hmm. And then what you start to find is that your talent catches up with that request. Mm-hmm. And, you're constantly kind of waiting for timing and your talent to catch up to each other.
Right.
And then you're good.
I think if you're a couple of steps of risk ahead of your talent, then you're going to rise to the occasion. I
think so too.
Yeah.
And it's so funny you say that. The one thing I've really been able to put together with the store now is that original room. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick little rundown. If you would have asked me 4 years ago if I wanted to work at the Comedy Store, I would have said no. Mm-hmm. I would have said no. I'd rather do development spots and go in that way. And then you do the original room, and you bomb your ass off.
Oh wow!
Where you're just like, this room terrifies me. It absolutely terrifies me. And I'm gonna drop a fucking name. It maybe the Coors talking, but I remember going to Amoeba. And
is Amoeba the name you're going to drop? You can say a record store. It's closed. They can't even sue you.
I was looking for... I had asked for Dave Chappelle's album, Bird Revelation, and I can't remember what was with it. And I was also looking for that N-Word's Crazy. Any Richard Pryor vinyl that I could find, I buy in bulk. Like, fuck yeah, I've got to have this. Mm-hmm. So Chris Rock was there. And I had just bombed at the OR.
This is after the bomb. You're at Amoeba down the street.
And I was just like, and I asked him, I go, I got a question for you. And he was like, what? And we were both in the comedy section looking at vinyl. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about, and again, I still have the album. He's like, I'll show you a good record. And he pulled out Tambourine. And he, all that shit. And I was like, yeah, I'll buy it if you sign it. And he was like, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So then, the kid came back with Richard Pryor, and he was like, man, that album's so good. Mm-hmm. And that was the connection. It was just like, isn't it though? Mm-hmm. Like, I already have this album, but I have to buy it because what if something happens to mine at Warps or whatever it is? Like, this is my favorite Richard Pryor album. And I was like a kid in a candy store next to a kid that was at that same fucking candy store. Mm-hmm. And so there we were, just, and just to kind of sidestep this, the greatest lesson I ever learned about networking was, what do people love to talk about? Well, themselves, but what else is their interests. Mm-hmm. Here I was with Chris Rock, and we're talking about how great Richard Pryor was. Mm-hmm. There was no bullshit. There was no phoniness in the conversation.
Right.
It's just like, this album is so goddamn funny.
Did he see you bomb?
No, he didn't. Okay. So this was like I said right after. So back to the bomb. Thank you.
Sorry, we're bomb centric here.
And I told him, I was like, I just bombed in the OR. Why is the OR so hard? And he fucking looked at me and he kind of chuckled and he goes, maybe next to the cellar. He goes, the Comedy Store is the greatest room in the country, the original room. Mm-hmm. And he goes, you're competing against what was just on that night and the night before that and the night before that. And he goes, and you're guaranteed an audience that isn't there to see you. So if your shit isn't fucking great, it will never go over. And if you don't know how to deliver it great, it will never go over. And I was like, it's exactly true. If you've ever been in there, like, now I have that benefit. I've checked IDs at that fucking place, and I'm like, Australia, all right, France, you guys are all from different places, and none of you are here to see the same you're here because they told you this is the greatest comedy club in the world. Mm-hmm. And it is. But what's so funny is you're going to see all kinds of different comics, and you're there for the experience. So unless something is really fucking funny, you're not going to win those people over because they don't fucking know who you are. They don't know your shorthand. They don't know who you are. Like,
and you don't speak French.
Exactly though. And it's just like you don't know what really makes them laugh. So unless your joke and your performance of that joke is really there, good luck. And it's purposely made to be hard though.
Now I'm never gonna do the OR.
It's so good because here's the thing. When you do well in that room, you have a joke that, like, I have a joke right now that does very well in that room, and it took a long fucking time to figure it out. And I'll do that joke in that room, and it's proven. I'll do that joke in front of a comedy crowd, and it's a closer. It's like, wow, this is a really good joke. That's why that room is so great, and that's why I wanted to work there, is because it's like, I need to demystify what this room is.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing, is it's just like, I need to see what works. Like I always say this, I need to take the trash out of that place so I can see exactly how it works, how it runs. And that it is serving me very well, because just like, now that place isn't the mystical orb of like, okay, well, why does so much comedy work here? I know exactly what happens, and it's not that it's demystified. It's just like, oh, well, when you see Ian Edwards, I'm constantly amazed. Like I'll watch him and I'm like, man, I got this joke that's just setting the OR on fire, and I'll watch 5 minutes of Ian Edwards and I'm like, I suck. Fuck, where does this guy get this? It's so good. It's so brilliant. And then, telling you, like, Ian, that was fucking great. Thanks, man. Like,
I know.
and he's always like, you doing okay? You want a water or something?
Wow.
Like, yeah. I'm kind of thirsty.
I need a Pedialyte after that.
But you really do. And again, do 15 minutes, or I was lucky one time I got to do 10 minutes in the OR, and it was fucking hard. It was so hard. I had a show the next day. I'm not kidding, it was the best I've ever done on a show. And it was just because I was present. I knew I was fucking war. I came from the war, and I was like, you're asking me to do something that it just felt so fucking good. That's why it's just like, oh man, this place is so great, is because it is a test of not only your material, but how you deliver it. Oh, so fucking good. But and the main room isn't like that. The belly room isn't like that. Those are great, fun fucking rooms. Like I love those rooms too. But the OR, it's just a little bit different. And from what I've heard, the cellar is the same way, because that's a tourist location where you're going to get a whole bunch of different people.
Totally.
And in all honesty, good luck. Like, let's see what you've got. And it will test your mettle in terms of, like, not only the material, but how well do you deliver it. There's a reason why Steve Martin and Chris Rock did those monologue jokes before the Oscars in the OR. It's just like, let's get a real honest assessment. And those are the best comics, though. The ones that keep trying to do that.
Do you think that's why potluck is in there? Or did they move it to the main room? Mm-mm. Does it help the new guys kind of like shake off a little bit of that?
So, I mean, it's Bruce Gray's a great comic, and he does set of the night. And one of the things I remember when he was setting it up was, he goes, we want to be inviting, but we still want that little tinge of nervousness, because if you can get over that, then you're really going to do well. And that's Bruce, who understands comedy, who understands the story, who understands this is an event too. Like I remember going to see Stanhope there for the first time and being like, I feel nervous and I'm not even going on stage.
Oh wow.
And it was just like, oh yeah, it's this place. The setting is right. Everything is ready for it. Like, are you ready for it? And it's so much fun. Like, so there is something really neat about that with the store. But I think in terms of potluck, like you're going to be, if you do well there, then yeah, you've got something. Like, and I firmly believe that. It's not me trying to be Mitzi Shore or anything like that. It's just like, no, because that room can be very, very tough. And if you can be yourself for 3 minutes in that room, then people want to see more of you. Yeah. And that's the greatest thing, man. Like I said,
now I want to try it.
and you should. That's why it is such a great fucking place. It's just like, you know, getting to work there is you get to see that all the time, and it's just like walking by that OR. Like you always kind of look and be like, okay, how are they doing?
Do they need me in there? Yep. I'm ready.
I've seen great comics eat shit in that room, and just be like, you know,
I almost ate shit in there as a guest once.
Pray tell.
Tony Hinchcliffe is on stage. Forgive me if you've heard this story on the show before. I took not a girlfriend, just a lady who was a friend of mine, and she was already like pre-gaming. Before the waitress hits us with "What's your drink order?" she starts saying his lines back to him and laughing. She's one of those people where it's like,
oh shit,
walking down the street, ha 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 ha. Oh, you were at the grocery store, ha 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 ha. And I was like, okay. I just grabbed her hand, and he starts to go like he's zoning in. No. Where is she? Where is she? And I was like, we're leaving. He's like, I was just about to get you. If there's one motherfucker.
Oh yeah, not Tony. Yeah.
And this is like 7 years ago. Like he was a monster then. Mm-hmm. He's impenetrable now.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have lit the room on fire just to burn her down.
And that was the thing, like, especially with that roast too. That was like a coronation of my friends have this too. It was like a coronation of Tony Hinchcliffe, where if you didn't know who he was,
you fucking do now.
Take a look, because that's him. Like it was awesome to see. That's the other aspect I love about the store now is like, and I'm gonna drop another name, Jesus Trejo, one of my favorite fucking people of all time. Like I'll watch Ian Edwards and Jesus Trejo, and I'm just like fucking, to me, that's the best of the store. Like Tony Hinchcliffe, that's the best. That's where you're seeing like, yeah, these guys are that fucking good. Jesus Trejo is doing the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and he's promoting an album, and we're all in that back bar. All the door guys, all the wait staff, all the managers, everybody's in that, and we're just glued to a TV, and we're just watching it, and we're just cheering him on, and it's just like, and it's done. Everybody's like, yeah, Jesus, and it was just like, fuck.
It's just like man. On I'm Dying Up Here.
Yeah, and it's just like, I was like, wow, that's what it's about. Is like. All the servers knew him. All of the fucking door guys, like he is so fun and so great that like you can't help but cheer him on. And it's just like, yep, that's to me that's what the Comedy Store is. It's just like, yeah, it's all of like when Tony Hinchcliffe came down for the roast, he walked in, and I mean, the bartender Merv comes out from behind the bar, and those two give each other a great big hug. Jolie Menez comes out from behind the cover but gives him a great big hug. And it's just like, yeah, these guys, you know, he's, and it's gonna sound cheesy, but it's just like, yeah, he's home. Like this is where he did so much. And it's awesome because you got your Tony Hinchcliffe, you got your Jesus Trejos, you got your fucking Richard Pryors, you got your, you know, it's not absurd to put those names all together because, you know, I'm proud to be tied to that place now where it's just like, yeah, all of us have this one place where we all were like, Chris Rock and it was just like, wasn't Richard Pryor fucking fire? Like, holy shit. Like, could you imagine Sam Kinison doing that, you know, that dead body getting fucked bit?
Yeah.
hey, what's going on? Oh, come on, no! Like, I'll do dice at the club where I'm just like I'll hit on manager, which, you know, probably is an issue for HR, but it's just like, hey, come over here, let me see that cock. Like, you know, just that's a terrible impression right now, but
no, I could see it. I thought he was here. I was like, where's the gloves?
You close your eyes and you can just see these people. But yeah, like that's the great thing. Like, and that's the OR too, though. Is it just like you got to be ready, because I've seen really good comics that we'll talk about off camera where it's just like, oh man, did that guy eat shit? Like, ooh, that guy didn't have a prayer.
Well, how many opportunities are you afforded as a door guy? Is it scheduled out? Like, do you go up on your off nights? Do you only go up when you're working?
So you get like certain opening spots. So you can open main room, sometimes you open belly room, sometimes you open, OR. Potluck, everybody gets to go up on potluck. So you're guaranteed a spot pretty much on potluck as friends and family.
Whether you're working or not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So like I'm working there tonight, but if I'm off on a Monday, I just go there and, find out when my spot is, and then I get to do 3 minutes of whatever the fuck in the OR. But again, that's the OR, and it's just like, okay, here we go. Like, yeah, let's do this shit. And it's like, fuck yeah,
So if you are working and it's your turn, you just take a little break, you rotate out, and someone just covers you.
You just say, hey, can somebody cover me? And then go up, get your affairs in order. Yeah. call your mom, tell her you love her.
Right.
Yeah, and then you. But it's also great for the writing too. Mm-hmm. The one thing that I have found with a lot of comics, they don't write enough.
Yeah.
And some of these guys don't even know how. Mm-hmm. Like if you ever want to see if a comic is gonna, just have to say, hey, would you want to write? And some people like, I have no idea what that process. And some people like, yeah, but I have my own process, and that's totally fine. But it's just like, okay, like, with a lot of my friends, I'm just like, we have time where we'll, you never want to pitch a joke to somebody, because that shit's fucking annoying. It's just like, look, come on, man, we're in line at the movie. I don't want to fucking hear your joke right now. Yeah. But if we're sitting down having coffee or something like that, yeah, like let's hear what it, like, give me time to put myself where I need to be to hear that.
Right.
That's what I like with writing and things like that with other people. So
yeah, I like sharing it via email, because then it's written and then they can try and read it in your voice.
Really?
I don't know. I'm trying all different kinds of shit now. I'm just like sending people voice messages. I'm emailing stuff to some people, like however they're willing to receive it.
Yeah.
I'm like, here, check it. Is this something? And then I've been struggling with the same thing that we talked about on the last episode, where it's like memorization. It's one of the reasons why I was never an actor. So I'm still like, it's got to be repetition for me. Like by the end of a weekend doing like 7 shows, I'll have a new bit.
So how has that been for you? I'm going to turn the tables on. So,
yeah, do it.
What song are you? No. So what you've been doing? You've been doing a hell of a lot more stage time. What have you learned that is actually like? What was bullshit and what is actually true from things that you've heard? Give me 2.
It's not that. It's not what I heard. It was what my impression was. I thought that the scale of difficulty from hardest to easiest was theaters are the hardest, and open mics are the easiest, and it is exactly the opposite. I can go into a theater and go, there's 1,500 people in here, and they've been waiting for this show for 6 months. I could fart in the wrong direction, and they're all going to be like, ha. And it's a theater. You're in there, you're just doing everything bigger because you're on this massive stage. You got an open mic, and you're like, what? Star Wars. That works in San Francisco. If I hear that works in another city at another open mic one more time, I'm never going to go to another open mic. So that was the whole thing that was surprising. Like, I remember the first run with my last headliner and the first time I got a laugh, because it wasn't where it was supposed to be.
Yes.
I was just blazing through a sentence, and then they were like, ha ha ha, and I was like,
what the fuck?
I look over in the wings, and like Justin Foster and my headliner were like, because I hadn't gotten any. So the first weekend that I ever went out with these two guys, we played a college first, and the stage was lower than this table, and there were round tables. It was open to the community, but the college kids could go for free. Wasn't necessarily supposed to be a clean show, but like I went first, and I did 10 minutes, and I ran out of stuff to say. So I just had everybody stand up and like greet each other like they were at church. And then the next night, the headliner was like, okay, so you're going to do a guest set tonight. You're going to go after Justin. Justin's going to go up and do 20 minutes.
Wow.
And for the rest of the tour, for the next 14 months, I did guest sets.
Wow. And
So-
I will say Justin Foster is fucking phenomenal. That's a brilliant comic too.
Right.
Yeah, wow.
So the first thing I learned really early on, I learned what his closer was. It's about his girlfriend having a work husband that wears a leather jacket. So I started bringing my leather jacket, and I would walk out on stage and be like, "Give it up for Justin Foster, everybody! I work with his girlfriend." And
there
the
you
very
go.
first sentence, I got him, and
Yep.
and I was like, "Oh, bridge jokes." So then, if Justin wasn't there, the first show would always be kind of weird because I'm sitting there like studying the features set, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll say something about that." And
Yeah.
then by the end of the weekend, I have like a perfect bridge joke for that feature. So I would write that
there you
down.
go.
And so there was just, I know I'm not always going to be that fortunate to be sandwiched right between, and then have specific jokes about the headliner and being on tour with him and like,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh. So that set doesn't translate to LA at all.
No.
You can tell stories of working in Hollywood and like, oh, I met Margot Robbie one time. You guys want to hear about that? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
say that in the OR. No. Boo.
But that's I think the genius of the OR too is it forces you to be very present.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, you're dealing with the room as it is right now.
Yeah.
Go. And it's
Yeah.
just like, okay, you guys like airline food? And it's just like, elevators. You're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But I think that there is something too, like with planned shows, and like I remember, touring with Joey Diaz. We would do a show and it was just like featuring Joey. Always had, and this is what I loved about it, he would always have a joke about my big gay set. I would come off and he'd be like, those are the kinds of motherfuckers I like. And then he would have a new joke, but it was always the challenge of like, all right, yeah, you just had this weird act, precede you. Now you go for it. And the nice thing, like, I remember my button was always like, you guys think this is bad? Do you know what's waiting for you to headline? And they were always like, yeah. And it was just like, yeah, loosen up a little bit.
Yeah.
So there is that for a show where it's just like, oh God, yeah, like those theater shows like that would be a blast.
Yeah.
But then, you know what I mean? Then you start to work those muscles that the OR give you, and just like, okay, like, yeah, let's do it. But you're always working those too, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing that place really affords every comic that goes there is just like, yeah, stretch, try.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy every night, and it, it's not supposed to be. But what I respect about every single comic that does that room is they know that, and it's just like they still come for the set, and it's just like, I want to get better. I was listening to an interview with Margaret Cho, and she was talking with Eleanor Kerrigan, who I fucking love. Eleanor, like, every time I see Eleanor, I'm like, I'm gonna fuck you up. And she's like, bring it, you pussy. Like, I mean, just
Yeah. Eleanor actually popped the bubble of comedy for me.
really.
She's the first comedian I saw 2 times in a row. And I was like, wait a minute. She said those words last time. I want my money back.
She's
Yeah.
I love Eleanor. Love her. She was talking with Margaret Cho, and Margaret was saying, she was like, I wish I would have come here. And I don't want to fuck up what she said, but the idea was if she was going to the store more, she would be better. And I like Margaret Cho. I really love her stuff. I think she's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
But the idea is to be, as cliche as it sounds, it's actually really hard to be the best you that you can be, free of all the bullshit, free of all of the nuance that people think you should be, or think, it's always interesting to hear what people think you are as a comic, but in reality, when you've done a great set and when you haven't. You're like, or at least you feel that, where you're like, all right, there was nothing holding me back. That was the truest self I could be.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. And so when she was like, yeah, I think I would have been a better comic there. You have a really great fucking comedian telling you, yeah, I could be better. And those are the people that I love watching. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, if you haven't seen it, there's a great Richard Pryor documentary called Omit the Logic. Mm-hmm. And one of his great friends is saying, he goes, I never heard Richard say I killed. Never heard him say I killed. He goes, I heard him say, I'll get him next time. I'll get him. Like, I know how to get him. Mm-hmm. And I love that chase. Yeah. Like, it's just like, fuck, man. This guy is on his worst night is better than I'll be on my best night. Right. And it's just like, and he's still thinking like, but that joke didn't go over. And you're like, oh, fuck. But that's what I love about it.
The only pushback I'll give anybody on that is if I'm in the back of the room doing photography and we meet again in the green room and you're like, ugh, fucking totally lost them. I ate shit, but I'm in the back where you can't hear the laughs and they're dying laughing. I will tell you that. Yeah. I'm like, I know you couldn't hear what I was hearing, but like people next to me were pissing themselves. And they're like, you're just being nice. I'm like, I wouldn't tell you that if it wasn't true. Yeah. Because nobody needs false bullshit.
And I don't like people like that either, where it's just like, oh, I'm just so self-deprecating after a set, where you're just like, I don't want to fucking talk to you now, because it's just like,
don't go either way with it.
Exactly. It's just like,
I did what I did.
We get to do one of the most ridiculous jobs in the world. We're just like, we get to tell funny, we get to write jokes for a living, and it's just like, oh, that's so much fun. You know what I mean? Like, we talked about it before. One of my favorite things with Jeff is like, look at these socks I bought today. They're so fucking. He's like, oh, those socks are awesome. But you know what I mean? We're like fucking big kids, right? And it's just like, hey, we get to share like that space together and just be fucking, this is how I think I'm funny. How do you think you're funny? Yeah. And then you're just like, oh shit, yeah, that's so much fun. Like, we get to have fun for a living. And I think some people forget that.
I've forgotten it many times because I still feel like, from our conversation 2 years ago, I still feel like I'm still trying to find my voice. I'm taking way more swings at finding it on stage in front of people. Mm-hmm. But like, I still feel like there's just going to be this day that like, oh, I'm this guy, and that unlocks all these funny things that I have to say. Like, and maybe that's a fallacy, but I still feel like there's, once I figure out who I am on stage, then it just opens up to you.
How often do you listen to your sets?
I watch them back, but usually I'll watch back my favorite set of the weekend, because I'll be like, oh, definitely gonna love watching this, and I'll watch it and go, whew. But like the headliner and the feature both were like, Saturday night was your best set of the weekend. They'll tell me, like, that's the best set of the weekend. Watch that one back. And I'll watch it back and go, oh, I thought I was cresting Mount Everest and the people were just dying and I was killing. And I'll watch it back and be like, nervous. Talk too long here. That's why you're doing that weird thing with your eyeball. Like, and I rip it apart.
I don't remember if it was Sam Morril or who the hell it was, and I don't know him personally, but if you were to take track of like your 3 to 5 best jokes, is there like a common thread in all of those jokes? Mm-mm. Because what you should look at is like, okay, do you have any jokes that are like a common thread that kind of like, oh yeah, like I tend to write like this. That's a good way to determine like, oh, that's how I write. That's who I am as a comic. That helped me out a lot, because like I remember like Willie Simon, a guy we were talking about, a fucking brilliant comic. Willie and Jeff Dye were wonderful for me. 2 other names I'm going to drop is my buddy Jordan Bowers and Luke Allen. Those guys were really brilliant. Your friends will tell you too, if they see you enough times, like, yeah, you did something different. You usually write like that. Like for me, I love writing about like the self-deprecating way that gay culture would see somebody like me. Mm-hmm. And in reality, I'm trying so hard to fit in, and I don't. And I love that. Now the exaggeration is totally like, you know, oh, I go to Pride for the food trucks and there's never a line. But you know what I mean? And I'm like,
that's a great take.
why is there never a line here? And they're like, but all of them look at me, so they know where the food trucks are. It's just like,
follow that guy.
Exactly. They're like, look at how much he loves it. And I'm like, right? Because it's delicious.
Yeah.
And it just, and not giving a shit anymore. And then being like, do you want some of this burger? And they're like, I do. And I'm like, then why don't you do it, stupid? Like, because I'll look like you, stupid. But
abs are made in the kitchen.
Exactly, because abs are in. And
you ever jump into the food truck POV? You're like, we got to get out of here. We are not selling any of these bananas.
Then they see me walking and they're like, look at that Messiah.
Yeah. But then there's one food truck that's selling out because people are accidentally just using it sexually instead of using it as a food.
I have this joke that I've been trying to do. It's such a fucking hacky. It's a 23andMe. It's just like, have you guys done this? Mm-hmm. And they're like, the DNA thing. I go, yeah. And I'll find the straightest guy. Like, you 23. It's where you go to WeHo and you fuck 23 guys. And they're like,
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah. I told you it was a DNA thing, you fucking stupid. Like, and it's a hacky joke, but I love just tricking somebody into it, where it's just like, yeah, absolutely. But in terms of like what you typically write about, like, you can find a thread if you look at like your best jokes, what really hits with an audience. Like I said, and that was, I think it was Sam Morril that had gotten that advice from somebody else, where it was just like, okay, yeah, listen to what you write about and where you tend to go on a joke. And that really does help you kind of steer or navigate where you should hit, where you head, and where your best stuff comes from. Because that's what I had learned. Like,
right.
I remember we were doing a gig in Vegas, and Jeff was like, boy, you were kind of mean. And I was like, I felt that way. And he was like, yeah, and he kind of broke down. He's like, you know, you told this joke differently, and I've heard you tell this joke this way. And he goes, it's not, you know, both got laughs. He's like, but this I would see in your act, this was just angry. And I was like, fuck, I was angry that time. And I mean, you know, you have veteran comic writers that tell you that kind of stuff, and you're like, I didn't see that. But you know, we were talking before about why I think not enough performers just release, you know, power in certain areas. Like, yeah, I don't want to direct my own special. I don't. I have no. It's just like, written and performed by is good enough for me. I don't want to executive. Well, maybe for money, but it's just like, what are you really looking at? Like, trust somebody else to edit your special. Trust somebody else to do this. You know, collaborate. Yeah, that's like half the fun of comedy to some degree.
But if we're solely talking about specials, then it has to be someone that you trust implicitly. Like, absolutely. It can't just be the guy that you can afford just to go get a special on YouTube to book tickets. Like, you'll know when it's time to do your special.
And I think too, that's the thing. Is it just like, is it really special?
Right.
Is it like?
Yeah. I love calling them live from.
Yeah, that's great too.
Yeah, because that doesn't burn it. You know, it just happens to be, we're going to do 2 shows in Denver next month, live from Denver. And then if you watch it, you watch it. But the key SEO for YouTube, putting full comedy special in the title, it's like, people who have never been attracted to you before are just going to find it because they've already watched all of the other specials. Yeah. So, I mean, Justin Foster got 40,000 views on his full special. Well. So, it's just that full comedy special. It's like the audience knows that, like, this guy either had enough money, and they know in a minute whether or not it's the production value is high enough for them to continue watching it, or if the jokes aren't there. But
and you know, we talked about that too, is just, are the jokes there? Just comics make sure they are. Like, and I'm not talking obvious, like, you see somebody like Ian Edwards and you're like, fuck. Like, Kirk Fox is another one where I'm like, God damn, this guy is, he doesn't miss. And it's just like, I've seen him light that original room up, and I'm just like, how the fuck does he
Yeah.
How does he do this?
How do you do? Yeah.
And I'm up there and I'm like, fucking, boy, 3 minutes is a long time, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
holy shit. Not to Kirk Fox. And I mean, that's the joy that I've seen like other great comics have, is it's just like, look at how much fun this guy is. Like it's that. But when we're talking specials, it's just like, yeah, what makes something really special? Is it ready?
And that's the one thing that Justin and I did. I didn't get to do that with Drew. I probably saw the first special I did for Drew. I saw it for the first time on night one, Thursday night. I mean, we ran it 5 times. We only taped it 4.
Wow.
Because our curtain wasn't there the first night, so we got all of our crowd shots and our reverse shots on the first night because we couldn't see the stage.
That's great.
Great,
right?
So by the 4th show, I don't think we taped all 4, but by the time we were able to tape the second show, I was like, oh, here's the thing. I'm able to give notes as a director from an outside perspective that like I wouldn't give him if I wasn't directing his special, because I'm so in tune with the material. And with Justin, I was like, go book as many hour-long headlining sets. I don't care where we have to drive. Up to 6 hours away, I'll ride with you. And I went with him. I think I saw him run his hour 10 times.
Wow.
And then on the way home, I've got notes. And I'm like, okay, you said chocolate 4 times in the whole set. Do you want to say it less? Is this word economy here? Can you make this tighter? Does this want to be longer? And the whole way home from the show, I'm like, tell me if these are annoying notes or like junior comic notes. But like somehow when I turn my director brain on, I'm like, I can see it from here. I can help you punch it up. And then I sit down to write my jokes and I'm like, okay, would. And then I'll write would, like the other would you, would. And then I've started to do like more of a just bullet points and then like connecting the dots on stage. Mm-hmm. My biggest regret from the last year and a half is that I got to the point where like my 10 is killing. And my headliner sat me down and he's like, what are you doing? He's like, no one cares. No offense. No one cares you're here.
Wow.
Like, Justin's going to go up there and he's going to crush it, but they're here to see me. No offense, no ego play, but you have the greatest freedom in the room. Start with something that gets them to laugh. Try something new every night, or you're wasting your time.
Yep.
And I started doing that, and it didn't feel, I wasn't comfortable. I was like, oh, rats, 1,000 people just thought, 1,000 people just went, whomp, whomp. He had one, he has a couple of people that feature for him on the East Coast because it's just a little difficult for Justin to get out there from the West Coast sometimes. Mm-hmm. And one of them got super mad at me. He's like, let me get this straight. You're using theaters as an open mic? And I'm like, well, we're working every weekend. I don't really have time. I mean, we're home for like Monday and Tuesday. I don't know what to tell you. He's like, you're miking in front of 1,000 people. And I'm like, got to do what you got to do.
Exactly. I was going to say, what?
Oops.
What do you want? Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm not gonna apologize to you. Fuck. Like, yeah.
My bad.
Get more skills. Like,
yeah.
What do you want from me? Like,
sorry. Everybody does it different.
And that's a huge thing. Is I think we all kind of stumble across this in different ways. One writing process that I really like is like I do this with 2 buddies of mine, like whether it be oh god, and I hate to throw his name out like this, but it just Willie Simon and Jeff Dye. Mm-hmm. We're in Vegas and we're walking and Jeff's
Goodfellas. No, the club.
No, it was Cosmopolitan.
Oh, okay. The theater.
Yeah. So
Jesus.
It was like a speakeasy hidden area.
Yeah,
so
I know where that
like
is.
really cool. Mm-hmm. Like totally Jeff, like sweet. This is what I love about Willie Simon and Jeff Dye. We're walking and I just said, I go, Can we write? And fuck it, like Willie Simon is brilliant, Jeff Dye is brilliant. They're just like, yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Like right now. Like,
we had access to so much shit. Mm-hmm. And there we are getting coffee, looking for a place to sit down. Just we could have found a fucking bus stop, like tabletop, and yeah. And it's just like, all right, what have you got? And I give the premise. And I mean, good premise, fun premise, and Willie's like, I like that. You could take that here. Jeff's like, oh, you could take that here. Okay, and then just throwing shit at them, And I mean, I'm safe because they're my friends. I'm safe because they're brilliant fucking comedic minds. And I'm just pitching shit to them. And it's just like, yeah, okay. And I mean, they're catching, yeah, I like that, write that. And I'm writing down like what I've got. And it's just like, okay, you got a premise? Yeah, actually, I do have a premise. And I mean, there you're safe, and it's a hell of a lot of fun to write because you're pitching like not jokes, but you're just like, yeah, I like that angle. That's a great angle. And I remember, like, that's my favorite Vegas memory, as fucked up as that is it's just like, oh yeah, because I was sitting down with guys, and you know, they're not writing my act. I'm pitching my shit to them, but we're doing it in a very, very like, okay, no, that doesn't, like, you kind of put on your red hat to say what does not work,
right?
And it's just like, no, I like that has legs. That's definitely it. I do the same thing with my buddies Dan, the Dans I call them. There's two guys named Dan that I write with, and we try to meet like at least once a week, where it's just like, okay, what premise have you got? That's the other reason I like the Comedy Store too, is because it's just like, you know, that set is coming, so it forces you to write.
Yeah.
The one thing that I will tell, like, because you have a lot of comics that listen to this show, and I love that, because a lot of beginning comics will listen to it too. The open mics are great. The open mics, you have to learn your voice, and I think that's a good way to learn your voice, is like, listen back to those sets, what really gets a stir, what really gets a murmur, but then you eventually need to move up to an audience,
right,
to see, okay, what is the best of you, what is the best use of your voice. And so once you do that, you find that it's tougher, because you have to be writing all the time.
Yeah.
Like there's no excuse for you not to have at least 3 premises a week.
Right.
And to some people that's minimal. Like I'm sure Ian Edwards, if I were to say, yeah, I got these 2 premises and I'm working on it, I gotta go. You know, it's just like, sorry,
2.
I gotta go do some serious work.
Yeah.
You do your thing. But that's what those comics have, where it's just like, there's so much writing going on, there's so much of that going on, that it's just like, oh yeah, absolutely. But it's like you said too, though, you learn how you write best, you learn how you work best. Attell will come out with a special every 5 to 7 years, maybe,
I think
even
he's
10.
I think he's gonna do one a year now.
Louis C.K., he would do one every year. Yeah. George Carlin would do one every 2 years.
Louis could turn an hour in 3 months and tour it and then put it out.
Exactly.
3 months? That's minutes per day. I'm working on minutes per month.
And that's the thing of it. Like, too, like Justin Foster, I've done so many shows with that guy, and I've seen his brilliance, and I'm like, fuck, man, like that
was the best part about being on the road, is after the shows, he would sell the merch. I would do the pictures for the meet and greet, but we'd get back to the hotel room. We'd share a room. And then
seeing his cock.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of Justin, too.
Huge. I mean, it's...
Never mind. He's funny and brilliant and all that shit, but the cock is...
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It hurts.
Sorry, go ahead.
It hurts. Going in and coming out.
Oh, I've seen the pictures.
Yeah.
You're a trooper,
Wait,
by the way.
Wait, he took pictures?
Well, I didn't want to...
I didn't know you could photograph that much blood.
Big reveal. You have Pinterest. Does the show have an Instagram?
No, but we do have an OnlyFans page. Sponsored by Justin's huge cock. I'm going to clip this out and send it to him.
The rib knocker.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
Sitting there in the hotel room and having him go like, oh, did you hear how you said this differently tonight? And why it didn't get a laugh this way? If you just tweak it. So, for example, I have a joke about dating a young lady she's a single mom. And he actually gave me the punchline. I set it up. I'm like, it's affecting my internet search history. What kind of toys do 12-year-old boys like? That kind of shit, right? And at the end, I start talking about like nuclear families, instant families, and I'm like, man, I can't wait to get home on Monday and break up with her. But one night, I was like, I'm breaking up with that bitch on Monday. I just called a single mom a bitch for no reason, and everybody was like, so? Just that one little twist is like, And he pointed that out. I mean, he pointed it out in the green room as soon as I got off stage. He was like, "Oh, buddy, that one hit you right in the face, didn't it?" I was like, "Yep." He's like, "You know what you did?" I go, "Nope."
But that's so needed though. Like you know now. Like you learn, and this is cheesy as fuck, but it's very true, especially in that story. You learn how not to do something too, and that's almost just as important as learning the right way. You learn more from your fuck ups, than you. Like I said, of any comic out there, like, and I always tell people this. I work at the Comedy Store. I'm a door guy. I worked hard to get that spot. But you know what else I know? I know what the top of Adam Egan's head looks like because he put his fucking head in his hand. Like,
oh, God.
Oh. And it was just like, oh, my God. But you know what I mean? Like
If you don't know who Adam is, those of you at home, it's probably audio folks, but he used to be the booker at the Comedy Store. He's now the booker at the Mothership in Austin.
Yeah, absolutely. And
that's the one head you don't want to see the top of unless you're seated on the couch.
And I mean, that was like the, I remember thinking like that was, even Joey called me. He's like, "Dog, what happened?"
Oh no, that means word got out.
Oh yeah, and I was just like,
that's legendary.
I don't know, man. I remember I was like, you know what it was? I did this gig and I thought, you know what? I have a story. I'm not going to tell a joke. I'm going to tell a story. And it's such a good story. You could hear Joey going. And I was like, "Are you laughing at me?" And he was like,
at you.
Yeah. And he goes, "Dog," he goes, "You think you're the first one to bomb in that fucking room? What's the matter with you?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll never, he told me, he goes, "Dog, we thought Mitzi Shore bugged that room." And he goes, "And I'm not kidding you." He goes, "We thought she bugged that room because we would maybe bomb on a Monday and she'd see us on a Tuesday and be like, 'I told you not to tell that joke, Coco. Why did you do that joke?'"
Of course she could hear it from the house. You could see the house.
And he goes, "Fuck, she wasn't even there. How the fuck did she hear that joke?"
Oh, she's got speakers on it in the house, bro. Come on, that doesn't surprise anybody.
And that was his message to me was, "Oh, did you think that you weren't gonna eat dick in that room?" Like, that's really the sign of a narcissist, is to think like, "Oh, you're excluded from bombing." Like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah, and I needed to hear that right now.
Really?
What I want to be is so good that I don't bomb. I want to be so ready for the store that when I get to the store, I'm not going to eat shit, because if I eat shit at the store, then I never get to go back to the store. Got to be ready. I don't give a shit if I eat shit at the Improv. That's too many shits in one sentence. I don't care if I eat shit at the Improv. That's just the Improv. I don't want to eat shit at the store.
So
I want to save the shit for. I mean, the Laugh Factory is a great place to
you know the one gift that, like, and I know I've been harping on the Comedy Store, but this is what it means to me. Okay, so I didn't think I got it. Like, I think, I don't remember how many people were auditioning, but I knew at that time I needed to do the Comedy Store. I wanted to be a door guy because it was just like, I want to see what that place is off hours. I want to see what makes it run. You know what I mean? I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So I knew right then, I was like, yeah. And I'd called Joey, I called in every favor basically that I thought that I had. And there's a funny story with Joey where he was like, "Dog, I meant to call, but I just fucking forgot."
No big deal, just my life.
And but it's such a Joey Diaz thing. He goes, "But I'm proud of you because you got this on your own."
Yeah.
Which I love.
Do you think he did call, but he was just telling you that he didn't? Was he
no. Joey's one of the most honest men I've ever fucking met. And we were both laughing about it to a degree where he was like, "You got it. Who gives a fuck?" Right? And it's just like, yeah, I love the guy still the same. Like, if you ever listen to his opinion on me, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't gotta work. Like, that's right. We're friends, we're family. So, anyways, I auditioned 3 times to get the job. Okay.
Does it take 3, or you were on your 3rd audition?
I was on my 3rd audition, and so like I did 2 3 minutes, and then they invited me back, and they said, we're gonna give you, I think it was 5 to 10, I can't remember, and they invited me on a Friday. So first I did the 2 potlucks, then they invited me to come back, auditioned, and I didn't hear anything for a month, and I thought that I didn't have it, and I was just like, I got depressed. I really did, because I was just like, I've never wanted anything more. I was at a point where I was like, I'm like 9-10 years in comedy, and I need an audience. I want an audience to really work in front of. And in my head, I was like, I can't. No one knows who the fuck I am. I know I'm a good comic, but no one, who gives a fuck, right? Like, who knows? So I remember coming home from my job, and I was going to do like 2 spots. It was great. It was a fun night. I was like, okay, cool. Took a nap, woke up, and I had these text messages of congratulations. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Look at it, and, what the fuck? And looked at my email, and congratulations, we'd like to offer you a job as a door guy.
Wow.
And in my class, it was Ariana, it was Eric, and it was me, Eric Friedman, and Ariana Romick. Yeah. So they'd hired 3 of us, and I remember like, wow, like this is incredible. Then do the interview, went there. Everybody was so welcoming. Yeah. Hey, congratulations. Everybody was congratulations, all this good stuff. I remember everybody at the Comedy Store after all the after everybody clocked out, it was cheers, congratulations.
Oh, that's awesome.
Welcome to the family.
Yeah.
And everyone was saying, welcome to the family, welcome to the family. And I remember the booker of the Comedy Store, after like my 3rd training shift and it was ready to start, she pulled me back, and it was just like, hey, I just wanted to say, congratulations, and I really liked your stuff. And I was like, thank you. Because you don't get to see that aspect of it.
Right.
And she was like, and I'm sorry for the I was like, no. And she goes, just a couple things. I want you to consider this your home. Okay.
Wow.
And I'll get choked up talking about it now. It's just like the Comedy Store. Like, what?
Home.
Yeah. And she goes, and by that I mean, you wouldn't bring anybody you wouldn't bring into your home. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I totally get that. And then the other aspect of it was just like, and you want to make your home a great place. Like you take pride in your home. And I was just like, yeah, absolutely. And she goes, that's why I want you to consider this your home. If you ever need anything, just let us know. And it was like, okay, yeah. And then the next thing was, okay, this is a great place for you to grow. And I want you to grow. I want you to stretch. If you're opening a show, yeah, I need you to crush. I want you to crush. But I would much rather hear you bomb 3 minutes that I haven't heard before than just the same 3 minutes you'll do for the next 4 fucking years.
Coasting, yeah.
Just stretch. Use this place to grow to be a better comic. And then she said, I think that you'll do really, really great things for this club. And that was what always struck me, was it was just like, I wanted to do well for this place. I wanted to do well because, yeah, this is a great place to grow. And then the comment was just like, use it to grow. I'm really excited that you're here because I think you're going to do great things. And I'm really happy that you're here. So use this place to grow. And I mean, I was in tears. I was just like, yeah, like this is treat it like your home, love it. But there's no reason why other comics shouldn't feel that way about their own comedy.
Yeah.
And, it gave me a sense of pride, and it gave me a sense of community again, where it was just like, you do want every comic to be their best fucking self and to just nail it, because That's what makes your home fucking awesome. You know, whether you and 5 friends perform regularly at a fourth wall and people are like, yeah, we couldn't get into the Comedy Store because it's sold out, but there's this place down the street that, man, they're fucking great. These guys love it. And it gave me a whole new kind of perspective on comedy and what comics are trying to do, where it's just like, I can't tell you how many times I see on Potluck comics that are hanging out on that patio when I'm like, is this where you should be right now? Not to be an asshole and to say like, you're not good enough to be here, but it's just like, you're not going up tonight. Is there anywhere you could go that you could be doing 8 minutes of just learning who you are, how good of a comic you are?
Oh, that's interesting.
It's just like, or are you just waiting here, as Joey Diaz used to say, waiting for the fucking bluebird of happiness to land on your shoulder because he's not coming.
Right.
But if you're out there working all the fucking time, that's what it is. Who are you as a writer? Who are you as a comic? What is your strongest fucking joke? Is it as good as it could be? You know, because sooner or later, you'd like to think you're going to get that 3 minutes in front of the booker. And are you ready? Are you really ready?
Yeah.
I mean, you've tried it. You've tried it everywhere. You've done it in every possible circumstance. And then guess what? That booker's going to go, give me 3 more. I really like that. I really liked it. Do you got 3 more? Because everybody wants you to say yes. Like, holy shit, this guy's so funny. Please give me a little bit more. Like, just don't leave yet.
Right.
And it's just like, okay, do you have 3 more? And the next thing they're going to ask you, do you got a showcase? Like, I really want to see you do 10 minutes. And then you start to see that it's not people that are against you. It's the fucking numbers. That sucks, where you're just like, oh, fuck. Yeah, there's so many good comics on this lineup. And then you start to look around you and you're like, it's not so much about the gatekeepers. It's the race that you've been in with yourself. And it's fucking wild.
Right.
So,
and once you start shaking out who's doing the writing and who's doing the work and who has the extra 3 minutes, 9 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes.
Exactly, dude.
It opens up a lot faster for you, because then you're like, wait, I'm not competing with anybody else. And if you can't turn over that much time, how are you going to do an hour every 2 years for Netflix? How are you going to get your hour together for your headlining sets? Like, I think you got to think so much further past, like, where you're at. You got to go like, am I planning for the next steps? If a manager calls, if an agent wants, if I get an acting gig tomorrow that puts my name on the map where I can sell tickets, like,
you know, the ideal, and I remember us talking about this in the very first conversation. You know, Joey Diaz used to talk about John Mulaney all the time, and he was like, God damn, that cocksucker can write. God, that guy, his writing is and I'm like, who thinks Joey Diaz in the green room is talking about how good John Mulaney is? Right. You know, you listen to Joe Rogan talking about how good Joey Diaz is. You listen to Joey Diaz talk about how good Rogan is. Like, if I ever get to see Rogan again, the one question I will ask him is, he has this joke with like a hooker and $1 and like 4 quarters, and Joey can't get the fucking joke out because he always starts laughing. He's like, dog, you gotta hear him tell it. And I'm like, just give me write it down.
Where can
Joey,
I find it?
Tell me the fucking joke. And he's like, and then Joey's like, Joey's so, Rogan fucking hits it. It's so fun. And I'm like, Joey, just give me the fucking setup.
And you've never heard it.
I've never heard it. Never heard it. And I'm just like, I know, like, the one that, and it's stupid, but the one reason I really want to meet Joe Rogan is to find out what that fucking joke. Yeah. I've met him, but never enough to be like, dude, Joey gets the giggles every time he fucking tries to tell me, what is this fucking joke?
Right.
Like, please just tell me this joke.
You don't have to perform it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just give me the beats.
What is the joke?
I'm going crazy.
I've heard it for fucking years now, but I don't. It's kind of like that rectum damn near killed him. And I'm like, what is the setup though? Tell me the fucking setup.
I can see you like on his podcast and you save it for like the 3rd hour, and he's like, oh, that one, yeah, I don't know. And he just brushes it off.
And that's my purgatory. Yeah. Somebody fucking write me and tell me what this shit is. But anyways, that was like the zen moment that I had with the store, that I I like sharing with people because one, it shows you how great of a place the store is. Like for me, where I'm just like, yeah, like that's my home, and I take so much fucking pride in that place being my home. But it's also to say too, you should take that kind of pride wherever the fuck you go.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, if the comedy's good at a place and you work hard to make that comedy good, then you'd be amazed. Like, how many times have you been a part of a show where you're like, fuck, man, this was the greatest lineup in Los Angeles tonight?
Oh, for me, never. But but I have been in cities where it was like, this was the hottest ticket going. Like, this was the thing to do tonight, and like, we did that shit.
That's the greatest feeling.
Yeah.
And that to me is like, everybody wins when you have shows like that. Like I said, this business can be very, very territorial. It can be very, very
possessive.
Yeah. And like I said, but there was that time where I turn around and I see you at the Comedy Store, and we just gave each other like a hug, and it's just like, how have you been, man? What's new? That's to me, that's comedy. I love that part. Yeah, there's the dirty, shitty part of the business, but it's just like, you're gonna have that anywhere.
Can I tell you something about that night?
Yeah.
I had sent you a message on Instagram, and I think you probably checked it right when you got to work, but I saw that you saw it. And then I was like taking a call outside before, and I think I saw you before you saw me, but I was on the phone with my girlfriend because I was telling her about an opportunity that I just got. And I was like, oh, fuck, I just saw, like, this Eric, I want to have him on my show, but, like, he saw my message, and he left me on red, and here he is, and I don't want to know if I want to run into him. And then after the show, we're on the patio, and you're making an announcement, and you see me, and you give me a hug, and you're like, Monday or Tuesday, cocksucker, whatever. In the middle of your announcement, you're like, ladies and gentlemen, Monday or Tuesday, I'll see you Monday. Everybody get inside. And I was like... I had spent 4 hours before that wondering how I could have upset you, or maybe I didn't spend enough time like.
Oh no, man! I love friendship. You. I'm so sorry.
No. Then I started evaluating who I've left on red, and then I started going like, "Hey, man, sorry to blow you off. I didn't mean to not respond." And now I don't open anything on Instagram unless I'm ready to respond to it because I realized how it affected me.
Oh no, but like I said, I love our conversation. Absolutely, like it's always fun hanging out with you and just talking shop with you too. Because
I can't believe it's been almost 2 years.
I know, man.
It feels like 2 weeks ago. It really does. I mean, the road will make the calendar pages just.
There you go. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so it's nice to be home for the summer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get some roots in the comedy scene here in LA. I know that sounds stupid, but...
No, not at all.
You know me, I'm always trying to find a shortcut. I can't wait when I make it, right? Well, I'll consider that to be like my Netflix special or any kind of special, right? I'm going to clock back to when I started, and I'm going to go, yeah, if I just done it the regular way, would have been here sooner. I'm still to this day trying to cut corners and...
No, man, you love that process. Like you'll get there, dude. It's just
lazy, bro.
I'm 38 now, and that's the thing though. Like, it baffles me because you love the work, you do. So it's not a waste of time, dude. Like I said, the like one of the greatest things. Drop another fucking name. The Verzi triplets and I, we were doing a pretty big show, and I was like, let's do like a smaller bar shitty show.
Shake it off.
And he's like, yeah. So we went to this bar. We ended up missing the big show because we wanted to do the bar show. But like, it was just a postponed, like, can we do this? And they were like, yeah, okay, fine. And we're like, well, we just got on the show. And all of us were so excited to do this. Mind you, never do that. That's a terrible advice. Like, yeah,
never do a show before a show?
No, never do a smaller show and cancel on the bigger show.
Right. Always do the bigger show.
Yeah. But we were good friends with these people. And it was just like one of those things where we hadn't done a bar show in like 4 or 5 years. And we wanted to see if we still had those chops to be like, okay, they turned off the TVs. Now people are pissed. Here we go.
Yep.
And I remember it was so much fucking fun. And I remember just being like, oh, this is so great. And then I remember the guy that had a bar tab that was hosting the show. He was like, hey, so we do a showcase show. Would you want to would you want to do that next month? And I was like, no, I'm good.
No thanks.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a bigger show I'm missing.
Yeah, and
right
it's
now.
just like, I'm going to get paid for one of the shows that I do. But just to see if you still had those chops that, like, you know, from the open mic circuit, I still like doing crazy shit like that. We're just like, yeah, let's see if you can still get them to stop watching the Dodgers and just turn around and be like, okay, that was a good joke. That I like that one. All right, what else have you got? I hate to say it, but to me that's comedy in a nutshell.
I mean, if you do that shit, that's comedy MMA, right?
If you can stop them from watching the fucking Dodgers game, just during a commercial break, we're just like, all right, what was this gay guy talking about? Like, I like that. That was funny. Yeah. To me, I'm like, that's going in the special.
I had a similar instance where I went out with a different headliner as a fill-in guy. His videographer wasn't as busy, but I went out with Alfred Robles a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And his audience is a little different.
Oh, very much so, yeah.
Than the audience that I'm used to. And I was fucking losing it before the show. Because he was letting me go first, which I never got to do before, which there was a good reason for that. I was like, I'm going first. Oh, just tell them back what they're thinking. So if you don't know Alfred Robles, if you don't know me and you're just listening, I'm very white. Alfred is Mexican-American comedian. His entire fan base.
Great hat.
I mean, come on. He's so funny. I went out there and I was like, this isn't what you paid for. And I got him. And I was like, okay, now we're cool. I can do some jokes. But like just acknowledging like, wait a minute. You're not at the wrong show, guys. I'm not the safety guy. I'm just... the exits are here and here.
Do you see how much though that connects?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not impossible, and that's the beautiful part of comedy. Like I said, I think now like things are going well, and I'm just like, yeah, like, you know, I have a lot more love in my heart than I might have had when we first started talking.
A little bit.
Yeah. But I think the great thing too is like, yeah, like that's what you should be going for. But until you learn that lesson. You're not ready to do that kind of a gig. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and you should try it because that's the only way you learn is by failing. But just take those failures with a grain of salt and just be like, hey, look, you'll get there. Just remember, it takes fucking time. Like 10 fucking years. And then the Comedy Store was like, do 3 minutes. And I was like, yeah, I've got 3. Yeah. Do you got 3 more? Yeah. It's been 10 fucking years. Yeah. And, you know, with an open heart, you can do that. With an open heart, you can tell them, I'm not what you paid to see. And they're going to laugh. They're going to go, you sure fucking are. And you're like, but I am useful. Exits there, exits there, you know, and then bam, they're with you, and you realize like that's it. Yeah, dude, that's fucking beautiful.
And then my next thing was like, I was like, listen, I'm Alfred's videographer for the weekend, or not for the weekend. I was like, and if you ever want to know what it's like touring with Alfred Robles, I'll tell you tomorrow. No, it's my first night with him. And like, they were like hanging on. I let it hang for just a second, and I was just like, I was like, I don't fucking know either. So, I have a wrap up question for you.
All right.
God, we did an hour and a half.
Is that bad?
No.
Okay, good.
It just didn't. You know when you feel like you've been talking for 20 minutes? Cocaine.
I don't know. I say I've been drinking.
Yeah. I'm sure you probably got to use the restroom. Oh, it's not going to be on the screen because the screensaver's up. Last time you were here, and I ask every guest the same question: what's the best meal you've ever had? This time, what's the best meal you've had since I've seen you last August of 2022?
Okay. Oh, that's easy. Sorry. Lowry's prime rib.
Ooh. On La Cienega.
So, I had I was working at the Comedy Store, and the money that I had from the Comedy Store, my mother came to see, and I was like, "Yeah, I got us reservations for Wednesday before Thanksgiving," and I was like, "The money that I have from the Comedy Store, I'm gonna buy you a prime rib dinner."
Wow!
And my mom was like, "Oh, that's wonderful," and then she didn't eat her cream corn, and I was like, the fuck's with why aren't you eating the rest of your fucking food?
We
like,
need a box.
You know how much this shit got? I was like, we're gonna box that up. Go ahead, box it.
That's breakfast. That's
turns out when you're broke and you finally get some money, you start holding people accountable for what they don't eat at a special meal.
Yeah. Oh man. You know, like I'll go and spend more than I can afford on a steak dinner in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna take this. This is coming. I will absolutely carry it from slot machine to slot machine. Set it right down next to me. I'll eat that shit with my fingers at 2:00 in the morning, holding my heels in one hand and eating a steak with the other, just walking down Vegas Boulevard.
And I don't know, like we've got to learn to temper that. So that's the other thing for new comics listening on this. You're all going to be successful. You're all going to make it. Just have a little more couth than I did when you take your parents on those fucking congratulatory meals.
Learn how to handle money before you have any money. Good luck with that. Yeah. Play Monopoly as often as you can.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Orange and red. Just buy property there. That'll help you. That's the most landed on spot I read on Monopoly.
Orange and red is the most landed on spot?
So you wanna always buy property on those.
My strategy is to buy everything I land on until I run out of money.
I think that's...
And then I'm always the banker, so I never run out of money.
There you go.
Who's got that bit? Somebody has a bit that's like, have you ever been the banker in Monopoly? It's the same with bankers in real life. Like, everybody cheats. Everybody steals. I can't remember whose bit that is, but I should probably give him credit. Eric.
Always a great time, buddy. I love you, man.
Yeah, I love you too, man. Thank you for coming back. I really, really appreciate it.
I'll come back again, man, anytime.
Dude, you're the co-host of this show now. Have you ever wanted a podcast? Well, you fucking got one. We'll just change the sign.
No, I like the people probably think I'm the bear.
No.
I know that bear's so much cooler than I could ever be.
I mean, we could get you a gold chain and a gold tooth. You know, he originally had a lollipop in his mouth. And I was like...
I still had the sticker that you gave me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to give you another one.
Please do.
Same sticker. But now it's just warm because I've been sitting on it for an hour and a half.
I love you, brother.
Love you too, man. ERIC ROCHA Comedy on Instagram?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Find me on Instagram. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
There you go.
Cool. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time.
This show's a piece of shit.